Welcome back to No Silly Questions. Today we're talking about archetypes. Now I'm going to try and make this as beginner friendly as I can, so if you want to know more, stick around. So have you ever noticed how characters can feel familiar over different stories? Well, that's because they follow the same timeless archetypes. Now an archetype is kind of like a universal character pattern, and they can appear in myths, TV shows, movies, and even in real life. Now, a great example of this could be the hero archetype. That would be people like your Luke Skywalker, Harry Potter, Frodo Baggins, the hero of the story. Now, there's been many different theories about archetypes over the years, and one of my favourite is Carl Jung's approach. And Carl Jung's theory with these archetypes is that it has more to do with our personal psyche, and he identified 12 unique and mystical character traits that all reside within our collective consciousness. But we're going to talk about that in another video. So what are the 5 most common archetypes? Well, you've got the hero, the one who embarks on the journey. And like we covered, that's your Harry Potter, your Frodo, the Luke Skywalker. Then you've got your mentor, the person who guides the hero. And that's Gandalf, Yoda, Mr. Miyagi. Then you've got the shadow, the villain of the story. A bit like Darth Vader, Scar, or the Joker. And then you've got the tricksters. The ones that bring chaos or humour. Think about Loki, Deadpool, or the genie from Aladdin. And then you've got the everyman, a very relatable, ordinary, familiar feeling kind of character. That's more of your Bilbo Baggins, your Jim Halperts, the Marge Simpson. So why does archetypes matter? Well, it helps us connect to stories, and it can also help us connect to ourselves. Now, Carl Jung believed that these archetypes reside in the collective unconsciousness, shaping how we think, dream, and behave. Like how the shadow can help us recognize our own fears. The persona can show how we can adapt and change to different social situations. So knowing our archetypes can lead to a lot of personal development and growth. It can also help us better understand how we function, what archetypes we have with us in this current energy, and what those are good for, but also their downfalls. So ask yourself a little question. What archetype do you relate to the most? And let me know down in the comments. And if you'd like to see a more in-depth video, more specifically about Carl Jung's approach to archetypes, let me know. And I really hope that this video helped with starting to figure out these archetypes and maybe get to a place where we can better understand ourselves. Thank you for joining me here today. I'll see you in the next one.